watch my back, I know you're gonna bite. We keep dancing together.
All right, welcome back to Cooking with Max, episode 2. And today, for dinner, we are not only making a simple salad that you'll see at the end, but what we're focusing on today is a turmeric rosemary baked tofu strip dinner. Oh, bellissimo! Look at this fresh tofu, ready to be unpacked and put onto this beautiful cutting board right here. We have some olive oil to add on, as well as some Himalayan salt, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we also have a couple pieces of paper towel that we need to use for the tofu when we cut it and bring it to the cutting board to dry off. And we also have some parchment paper here that we're just gonna lay the tofu on, and then we're gonna put this pan into the oven. All right, so first we're gonna bring the tofu to the sink, and we're also gonna need, a knife. So basically we're gonna cut the side open, and we're gonna run the water on cold, just like this. Fairly straightforward. There you go. Cut open the tofu and just pour it out. Get this bad boy open and boom. There you go. Run the cold water on the tofu. And of course I wash my hands before this, guys. So we're just giving the tofu a little pat. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring this lovely square piece of tofu to the cutting board. And we're also going to use the paper towel to now dry off the tofu. Leave a comment down below how you think this is gonna play out, guys. This is some of the world's best baked tofu strips with your turmeric and your rosemary. It'll be phenomenal, guys. All right, so now you have your dried tofu square and you're setting it nicely onto the cutting board. We're gonna get our knife over here and we're gonna start cutting the tofu, okay? So it looks a little like this. We're just gonna cut nice strips like that. If you wanna zoom in and get another shot, we're cutting the tofu nicely and boom, oh, symmetrical. And then we're going to turn the cutting board and we're gonna cut it again the same way. We're gonna make little squares like this, and these are gonna be formed into strips. Boom, baby. That's what we're talking about. Can't wait to put that Himalayan salt on it, baby. Woo! All right, so now you have your cut tofu. When you have your cut tofu, you're now going to bring it onto parchment paper to put all your Himalayan salts, your olive oil, your turmeric, and your rosemary. Take in mind, guys, I highly recommend you make some tofu because it is super healthy for your diet, extraordinary for your health, and it's just an overall good food. And it's a nice protein for your dinner with your salad. All right, so as we're laying this out, we do have the oven on at 350. It's been on. Make sure you turn the oven on before you start cooking. As we're laying it out, leave a comment down below how you think this is gonna play out, guys. You'll be pretty surprised. These big tofu strips, you'll be pretty amazed, trust me. All right, so we're almost done laying these out. 3, 2, and 1. I know I didn't properly space it out on the parchment paper, but I like to lay it out nicely. If you have extra space on your parchment paper, you can fill it up with more tofu depending on how many people you have for your dinner, or you can just leave it if it's you and your date for a nice evening for dinner. This should be good enough. Now we're gonna season the tofu strips. All right, so first, I like to put some Himalayan salt on our tofu, okay? So we're just gonna turn it upside down like this. You know, it may be different for everyone, but we have a grinder for this. So we're just gonna grind the Himalayan salt all over the tofu. And it doesn't hurt to put a little bit more salt than you think. And then we're going to put our rosemary on, okay? This is when the good stuff kicks in. Just slap some rosemary on that tofu. This may take a while depending on what your dispenser is. It's taking me a long time to dispense this rosemary, but we're getting there. As you can see, there is the rosemary coming. Feel free to guard with your hand if you don't want to get your counter dirty, but I'm a pretty messy cook myself, so there you go. So that should be enough rosemary, and then we put some Simply Organic turmeric onto our tofu. Here we go. I tend to just put a little bit. I just go quick, and boom. All right, so that should be good enough. And now you have your seasoned tofu. You don't need a lot, guys. And the last thing we're putting on now is some olive oil, and you don't need to put actually a lot of olive oil on this. And I've learned this from making tofu many times. The less olive oil that you put on your tofu strips, the more baked it gets and the more amazing it is. So I know this is a full bottle, so I'm gonna be careful with how I dispense this olive oil, but here we go. It's kind of just a drizzle, little drizzle like that, and that's all you need, okay? There you go. And now we're gonna put the tofu into the oven. All right, here we go. So we're putting our tofu strips into the oven. I hope that you had the oven on before you started preparing your food, because that is vital. And if you have convection on your oven, if you want to turn that on just to make it go faster, feel free. Also make sure that the degrees is 350 for this spectacular tofu. All right, so we're gonna put it into the oven. Boom. So now we're gonna time this for 10 minutes, and we're also gonna press the convection, make it go a little faster. Obviously we wanna eat right away. Okay, so while our tofu is sizzling in the oven for about 10 minutes, we are going to focus on the salad now. And I know this looks perfect in this nice bowl that we're gonna serve for dinner, but it's not dressed, okay? And I have a little secret for you, because it can get hard to dress the salad in this type of bowl. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this big ass bowl here, and we're gonna dump all these nice mixed greens into the big ass bowl. So now we have it nice and ready to be dressed in the big ass bowl. So we're gonna put some olive oil first, and usually how we do this, we're Mediterranean and we're Italian, so we use the term quanto basta. So whatever seems right, or whatever's enough to dress. So basically we're gonna just put however much olive oil we think, and that's about good for olive oil. And then we're gonna move on to balsamic vinegar. Some aged balsamic vinegar, really good stuff here, guys. And we're gonna put quanto basta. So just enough, you know what I mean? And we're gonna close that, make sure that's good. And here we have some sea salt that we're gonna add at the end right now. And also, again, just enough. So that's pretty good. So now we're gonna mix. We're gonna take our tongs, not your hands, and you're gonna start mixing the salad. You're gonna dig and twist. That's usually how I do it, but you also don't wanna make sure that you're just obliterating the leaves. You wanna make sure that you're light with these leaves so that they look prime on your dinner plate. All right, so now that we have this fully mixed, we're gonna put it into the serving bowl here that we wanted. So we're gonna do that with the tongs. Just like that. And wow, I wonder how this is just a perfect fit for this bowl. Oh, it's because we put the salad into the serving bowl beforehand. So that's the trick, guys. There's my secret with you. And now your salad is all ready, and we're gonna put the spoon and the fork into the salad like this. And now it is ready to be served with the tofu. All right, so now it's been 10 minutes, and we're gonna take the tofu out and we're gonna flip them. Make sure you don't burn your face off. Whoa! All right, close the oven. We're gonna get our spatula, and now we're going to flip the tofu. This part's hard, guys. Even I haven't gotten it down, but we keep going. Oh, that's not good. I've actually never done that in my cooking career. Gordon Ramsay wouldn't be happy with me. But we keep going, guys. We keep going. All right, so most of them are flipped here. All right, so now all of them are pretty much flipped. Back into the oven they go, flipped, and you're gonna set the timer for another 10 minutes. Oh, so now the time's up. We're gonna take the tofu out. And so now the tofu is looking ready. It's looking crisp. So now we're gonna bring it over here and we're gonna start to plate our dish. We're also going to turn off the oven. And the convection. We're gonna put it onto some pads that we had placed on the table so that we obviously don't burn the table. And now we're going to plate our dish, which is super vital and important, guys. Just gonna put about 3 to 4 pieces of tofu. Maybe 5 onto our plate there, okay? And then we're gonna come over to the salad that we have nicely made in this amazing bowl. And we're going to place that on the other side of the plate, like so. We're gonna get all the mixed greens in there. Awesome. And once we have that, then we're gonna move over to the avocado. And we're gonna put a couple pieces of avocado onto the plate like so. Number 2. And then I'm gonna put a couple of peppers along here. Nicely placed, 3 of them. All right, and then we're gonna get our cucumber and we're gonna put them nicely along the plate here and kind of fill the plate, you know, put them there, wherever there's open spots. There we go, that's nicely placed. And you know what? I might put a couple more pieces of pepper here to fill the plate too. There we go. And then we're gonna put 1 piece of lime, whichever piece, it doesn't matter, along the side here for your salad. We might put 2 because I'm just looking at the servings for everyone. And then at the end, the seeds. You sprinkle your seeds along your salad here, and voila. There you have it, a nice plated dinner, specifically baked tofu strips with turmeric and rosemary with your salad, some cucumbers, avocado, pepper, and 2 pieces of lime. Also, we're gonna add some pepper here too, and along the tofu as well. Thank you guys so much. I also see some space here on the plate, so we're gonna put a couple more pieces of tofu in there. It doesn't hurt to have a couple more of these guys. There you go, boom! Look at that, the way the tofu's laid out there diagonally with everything else on the plate, spectacular. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure to stream something about you and also tag me if you're gonna take a crack at making this tofu dish. I love you all and have a great day or night, wherever you are in the world. I appreciate you, love you all, and I will see you next Wednesday.
We keep dancing together. Better watch my back.